Hello, my stamping friends. It's Diane Evans with stampingwithdiane.com. I'm an independent Canadian Stampin' Up demonstrator here in the interior of British Columbia. So, if this is one of your first times joining me, welcome. Welcome me, whether you're welcome to you, whether you're joining me from my Facebook page, my Facebook group, or my YouTube channel. Just beware that if you are watching this on a replay, especially on YouTube, that it is live. So I may be commenting with various people that do come on and ask different questions and that sort of stuff. So I want you to be well aware of that. And also, if you've never done it before, make sure that you subscribe to my YouTube channel. A lot of times I don't put different things onto my blog or share onto my page. I just share directly onto YouTube. So make sure that you are subscribed, hit that bell, and you'll get notified when I do go live. So welcome. It is Thursday, and this is all part of my What Now series. I have actually been wanting to do this for quite a while, and it's on Stampin Write Markers. How many of you have those in your studio or your craft room, and you don't use them as much as what you would think that you should use them? So what I want to do, hello. Oh, Norma, you're so kind. It's so nice to see you people here. Don't forget to give me the thumbs up. Don't forget to share my video. Don't forget you can make comments. That's great because it does help my algorithm. And whatever that means, like you hear that word, I don't know. I just want more exposure. I want more people to see my videos and see my lives. All right, so we are using Stampin' Write markers. Now, Stampin' Write markers come in various different places. You can get them in all the different color groups. You can get them in the in colors. This happens to be the in colors that are going out in a few weeks, actually, probably 4 weeks now. But you can also get them in the other in colors when the catalog does go live. And oh my goodness, you guys, it's a beautiful, beautiful catalog. So when it does go live, you can get these in the new in colors. And have you seen the new in colors? They're absolutely gorgeous. I'm in love with them, but they're very bright colors. They're very happy colors. And honestly, I think every color goes with every other color. There's not one color that doesn't match with another one. So we're going to use our Stampin' Write markers. And then we're also using a stamp set. I'm not going to go and use a retired stamp set because honestly, I am getting frustrated. I can't imagine how other people are feeling. But a lot of the stamp sets that are on the last chance list, once they're sold out, Stampin' Up's not making any more like they used to. They used to make stamp sets right up until the end of just before the catalog would launch. They're not this time. So we've sold out of an awful lot of different, a lot of different stamps. So I can tell you we're doing a birthday buffet card class, and it's using happiest of birthdays, and we're sold out. You can't get it. So we have to substitute a stamp set. So the stamp set that I'm going to use today, and this is one that is still carrying over into the new annual catalog. And to let you know, do you remember those dies that were with Celebration? They are in the new catalog. So if you didn't get them during Celebration, you get a chance to purchase them for to go with the stamp set. This has some fantastic different sentiments on there. And isn't that sad? I'm not even using one of those sentiments today. I'm actually going to use, what I wanted to do was I wanted to use this stamp set actually. But it wasn't working the way I wanted it to work. But I love this thank you. And I need to do a thank you card. So I am using that stamp set plus, oh my goodness, I am actually going to use this Hello Beautiful. And this stamp set is getting carried over. So everything that I'm using, except for the markers, are going to be carried over. Hello, Darlene. All right, so let's get started on this card. Like I say, everything's getting carried over except for certain colors of the markers. So I have my cardstock, and I'm using this polished pink. And I know a lot of people say it's just too bright of a pink. You know, it's one of those colors that it looks like it's got a lot of white in it. To me, it looks like it has a lot of white in it. And it's so different than the Magenta Madness. The Magenta Madness, I'll just bring it out, is retiring. And to me, I can see more gray in this color. This is such a pretty white, clear, crisp color. All right, so I have this piece. It's 4 1/4 by 11, and I've scored it at 5 1/2. Let's fold into the mountain, and let's bring in our bone folder. And then I have 2 pieces, and there's not much dimension on this card, but by what I do, I'm creating dimension. So I have a piece that is, this one happens to be 5 1/2 by 4 1/4. What I originally was going to do was I was going to play with a bit of vellum on this, but I'm going to leave that for another card in the new catalog, from the new catalog. So I have this, and I have my inside piece, which is 3 3/4 by 5. So with this piece here, what I want to do is I've got to come in with my regular size cut and emboss machine, because I'm going to use my layering circles. Thank heavens they didn't retire. I mean, what would we do without circles, right? So let's just get we have our number 1, our number 2, and 2 number 3s. All right. So what I want to do is I want to come in with this one here, and with my layering circles, we are going to do what we call a partial cut. And I've done this many times before, but we're going to do a partial cut with this circle. So I want to have this circle, I think about there is kind of what I'm thinking. I'm going to put this on an angle, and I'm going to come in with my top one here. And this is how you do a partial cut. So I'm going to have this go like this. And I want to partially cut this piece. So it's only going to cut this part out. Now, is that far enough up? I'm wondering if I've got that far enough up. You know what? We'll be okay with that amount. All right. So what I'm doing is I'm just running this through my cut and emboss. And it's only going to cut where that extra, this plate is. So, and I'll show you how that works. I'm going to need this again in a bit. All right, so you can see that this only cut like this. So what I want to do, and you're going, come on, Diane, you said that you were going to use the markers. We have to prep the card first, so let's do that first. So I have this cut, it's on an angle. So what I want to do is I want to come in with my trimmer, and I'm going to cut from here up to that cut line. I'm going to lift this up, and I'm going to come back up to this part up here, and we're going to cut there. So see how that's just cut that part like that? And this is our partial cut. You know, now that I look at it, I probably could have done it over a little bit more, but it's all good. So this piece here, what's going to happen is once I finish stamping on there, I'm going to put that onto the front of this card. So this is going to give a different look at that point, right? So that's our layering circles. Who doesn't have layering circles? Like, it's just one of those staples, right? All right, so let's get stamping. These are Clearmount stamps, so I don't need my photopolymer. So let's bring in, I'm going to use this big stamp here, and I'm going to also use this stamp. So what I'm doing is the color markers that I have, I've kind of mixed. They're kind of in colors. The only one that isn't is this Melon Mambo. No, this is, ooh, that's Red Rose. My goodness. Red Rose has retired for such a long time. So I'm going to actually have to go in, and you know what? I think we'll be okay. And I'm going to use Magenta Madness. Okay, so I'm just going to do, this is direct to rubber is what this is called. So I am using this, the thick end. You have a thick end and a thin end with your markers. So I'm coming in and I'm going on the side. So I'm just going to cover or color all the parts that I want to be rows. Now you notice I'm using the light color first. So I'm just going in and coloring. This is amazing also with, I was actually going to do this with Happiest of Birthdays. Unfortunately, I couldn't because it's retired and it's out of stock. Nobody can get it. All right, so I've got that. Just want to make sure I've got that all covered. And then we're going to come in, and I'm hoping that this is going to be dark enough. I'm not sure if it is. It's going to give a bit of a different look to it. So I'm just going to color certain parts on here. I'm kind of flicking it out. And then I have the soft succulent. So I'm going to cover these leaves. And you're going, oh, this is drying. Have no worries. It's going to look great. And if it doesn't, I'll cut another piece of paper. Okay, so that's soft succulent going on those leaves. And then what I want to do, I'm coming in with evening evergreen. I'm just going to kind of put a tiny bit of that evening evergreen on these leaves. Not a lot. And every one that you do using this technique is going to be different. It's never going to be the same. So then I'm just going to color this. Now you notice I'm using the side. I'm not pressing down hard. Now, does this work with the photopolymer? It does, but not as well. So let's go in here and color this part as well. Okay, so do I have it all colored? Pretty much. And then what we're going to do is we're going to huff on this. So huffing is a wet, moistured, you're huffing, you're breathing moisture back onto the stamp. And then I'm just going to go ahead and we're going to put this right about like so. And I'm keeping my fingers crossed that it's going to work. Like I say, I love doing this technique with word stamps. Look at that. See how I've got some different colors in there? All right, so I also have this little one here. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to use that. And I did those ones with the evening evergreen, so I can go ahead and do these as well. So I'm just going to come in, stamp that there. I huffed, remember. We're going to go again. Color that again. Now, if I wanted to do soft succulent, I could, and I could do variegated in there by doing the soft succulent first and then the evening evergreen. So I'm going to go there. And I think what I want to do is I want to come down here and put a flower or a leaf in there. And then I can also put, if I want, I could do something up there, but I'm okay with that. So we want to make sure that's good and dry because we're going to do some embossing. Yeah, I know. I do so much embossing, but like I say, it's just one of those techniques that is amazing. Now, if you're worried about your stamp sets, this comes off great because your markers are water-based. So I'm going to come in and I'm using this thank you from the Flowing Flowers. Beautiful, thank you. And then I'm also going to come in here and I'm going to use these little spots here, and they're from the Hello Beautiful. So once I've got that done, I'm going to come in with my embossing buddy. And no, it didn't come in the new catalog. So remember, you can make your own embossing buddy by going into the dollar store, get yourself an infant socks, pair of infant socks, put them together, put some cornstarch in, and voila, you've got some you've got an embossing buddy. Okay, so I'm just going to come in lightly and I'm going to put some of those spots there. I'm going to put some spots right here, and I'm going to put some spots maybe right down here. I'm going to come in, and you notice I'm just doing a light tap, and I'm just coming in here and I am putting that thank you right here. I'm going to come in with my embossing powder, and I'm using gold. I think gold would be really a good color to go with this. And gee, you know, I don't know if I got that thank you straight or not. All right. So I'm going to put the lid back on there. And we're going to use our heat tool. So how many people like embossing? Like I say, it does take a talent to do it. You don't move the gun. You don't want to do this with the gun. You want to move the paper. It's just like fussy cutting. You want to just move the paper. And then that way you're not going to overcook it. And it is quite easy to do it when you're doing a gold. Where it's hard is if you're doing a light white on white or clear on white. So I could probably go in and put some more of those speckles on there. And you know what? I think I might. So I'm just going to come in and let's put some speckles right there. And maybe some right there. And I'll come back in with my embossing powder. So now this happens to be just a little bit in there. So okay. And then let's just heat set that as well. All right, so let's just go there. So like I say, we've used our the markers, and we've given ourselves different coloring, because we never would have gotten that kind of coloring had we used our machine. So now at this point, I can turn around and that can go on there. So I have a question for you, and tell me what you think of this. I went and also put this through with an embossing folder. So is it best to be like that or with the embossing folder? At first, I thought the embossing folder would look nice, but I like the clean sharpness of this. So I'm going to actually, I'll make two cards. I'll have one with that and one with this. So guess what, you guys? This ribbon is continuing in the new catalog. I love this ribbon. Oh my goodness. You can recolor this ribbon and make it different colors. The soft succulent, you could go ahead and you could put Bermuda Bay blends on there, and it just gives beautiful, beautiful colors on there. So you can't use blends on here. No, you can't. If you use blends, dry too quickly, and the blowing from your breath does not. It'll kind of work, but the blowing from your breath that is like a moisture. It's like a water base, and the blends are an alcohol base. So just to let you know, that's the case there. All right, so this, I wonder, I think what I'll do is I might even just do a faux bow on this. So we're just going to bring this around. I know that's one question that's been asked. You definitely cannot use blends with the photopolymer. It just does not work. All right, let's see if I've got that straight. All right, so let's go ahead. I can go ahead and put that onto here. Oh, and because I'm putting ribbon on, I can go back in with my the tear and tape. And what we want to do is we want to go and reinforce that. That ribbon is not going to come off of there now. All right. So like I say, this is 4 1/4 by 11. Let's go in and we can glue that on. Oh, you know what else I can do on here though? And I think I just might. Don't know how this is going to look. So we also have, and it's that kind of a card. It's oh, thank you. It's that kind of a card that you can actually go ahead and you can put one of these doilies. So I'm actually going to put one of these doilies on here. So let me just put this so it's ready to go down. And I'm going to actually attach this onto here. Just like that. And then what I'm going to do. Ah, awesome. We've got some of our fellow stampers from Australia on here. Must be early in the morning there. No, it's about mid-morning, is it not? Okay. So there is, that kind of gives you a dainty type card. Now I can turn around and I can either do a bow. So maybe what I'll do is even do a bow on here. So let me just cut this ribbon. Now when I do a bow, I know I would have used less ribbon the other way, but sometimes this is the easier way of making a bow because it's going to stick there for sure. You turn your card upside down, and I'm just using the bunny ears. So then you turn it this way and see how that works. And the big thing that you want to do is make sure that you tie it tight. You know, I think I'm going to make those ends a little shorter. The bows. There we go. So just like that. And like so. Now we have the inside of the card that we've got to think about. I could use this stamp set. So let's just quickly try that stamp set. That set. I haven't even used that stamp set. So again, what we're going to do is we're going to use the petal or the polished pink. Let's just quickly do that there. And I'm not going to go in with the other color, I don't think. Let's have these beautiful buds right here. Now, is that a leaf? Looks like a leaf down there. Now, okay, these are flowers. I'll go in with my soft succulent. Let's just do those leaves. Some leaves right there. See, that didn't take that color right there. Sometimes that happens with new stamps. So what you need to do at that point, if this isn't going to take that, and I'm thinking that this isn't, I can see it's not going to, I'm actually, and it's a good thing that actually this happened then. What I'm going to do is I'm going to clean that. And I want to show you how you get your stamps so that it's going to take your markers. So I just come in with a good ruler and I just rub my stamp. Whoops. And then you're just going to clean that stamp off. And now this ink should stick on there. So yes, it's sticking now. So that's how also, if you find that your ink doesn't stay on your stamp, it's because there's some sort of a film on there. So you want to just take that film off. Yeah, see, they're staying much better. So we'll go in with our soft succulent, do our leaves. There's another leaf right here. And then we'll do the fronds with the evening evergreen. So now see, that color there is going to come onto that flower. But if I go back over with the polished pink, it's going to pick up onto my color. So the best thing to do is you can go in with your blender pens, just like this. Take this color off, and then go back in with our polished pink, and just put that there. Now do I have it all colored? It looks like that. Now I'm going to come in with my inside piece. Oh, thank you. We want to huff on here. And we're just going to put it off to the corner there. Just like that. So see how nice that does. So bring out those, dust off those markers and use those markers, because so many times we're not using the stuff that we have in our stamp set. Hence the reason why we do this What Now series, right? Like I say, I've been wanting to do this series for quite a long time. On this particular thing. I also have another one that I think I've got for next week. Now, if there's certain things that you want, make sure you reach out. I know I have some with the Stamparatus. I know I've got some with two-step stamping. But I was going to wait with the two-step stamping with a new stamp set, because as soon as I use a two-step stamp, what's going to happen is it's going to be retired and you won't be able to get it. And that's so upsetting. Thank you. Thank you so much. I'm happy with it. I like this thing. I think it just gives to me, this reminds me of kind of a Victorian type thing. Now, what I want to do is I want to use, and I have them here. Here we go. I'm going to use the iridescent rhinestones on here. I think that would be really a good addition to this card. So let's go here. Let's put another one up here. And then I think this one's too big. No, I think it'd be okay. We're going to put it right about there. So there's my card. So you can kind of see it when it's up close. I really think the gold specks really help. I think it makes it that more Victorian type card. Like I say, it's a totally different card than what I make in a lot of ways. Thank you. So I hope you enjoyed that. So don't forget, every Thursday night I do a What Now. And if you have certain things that you would like me to do, I could definitely show you. Here I also showed you how to use those doilies in a totally different way than using it for the stamp set that was intended. And so like I say, I really hope you enjoyed that. If you live in Canada and do not have a demonstrator, I would love to be your demonstrator. I have a host reward program that I have for anybody that places online orders. And also, so what's happening? Saturday, back to my sketch challenge. We are on 98 or 99, 98, I believe. And then Then I have my sip and stamp that if you want to join us, all we do is we do our own thing on Saturday night. We have lots of laughs and everything else. So in any event, it would be nice that we could have you join us. So I hope you enjoyed that, and have a great evening, good morning, good afternoon, wherever it is with you. Don't forget, give me the thumbs up, share my video, make a comment. I really, truly do appreciate it. So bye for now.